Hello. How are we? What a couple of days. Oh my days. Wow. How's everyone doing? Something's happened, hasn't it? You may or may not have seen it on the screen. Or you may or may not found out that something has happened to a lot of things. So yeah. I don't think they have to pay anything. Because in the eyes of the court and the law side of it, if a judge has said it's not a security, then there's no settlement required. Only settlements are required when the SEC think there's something wrong and then they don't fight it. They fought this one, technically. And I fully expect if there's going to be an appeal that Ripple will probably do the same thing and just keep fighting it. They'll have a lot of money to fight it if they want to. So yeah, cool. Big day. And crystal ball. I didn't expect anything. If anyone was wondering, because a lot of people have asked me on the comments of did I have inside knowledge? No, basically. Bear with me. Let me have a little gander. Why is my camera not? There it is. It'll work in a sec. Sometimes just bugs out when I go on to OBS. Have I been sacked from Chelsea? I don't know. Do I look like the Chelsea manager? So yeah, a few people did ask me, did I have some prior knowledge to what was happening? I was like, no. I just wanted to do XRP as a price prediction. I'm working my way down to do a few, then I'll go back and revise in the bull cycle to see if it hits or not hit, or how to handle said targets. So I'm kind of lining myself up for future videos to see how things go, but focusing on the top assets. And yeah, so in terms of newsies, there's a lot. But the main thing here is this. They've been listed on Kraken, Coinbase, Binance US, and I think Gemini all in one day. That is a massive thing, and that's one thing that I said in my YouTube video yesterday. One massive thing that should happen is Coinbase should list them. They obviously have, based off the news. I thought they should have done it beforehand, regardless, judging by what the SEC have been doing to Coinbase, and it probably would be a nice little thing to kick the SEC a little bit, but fair play, political agenda. But yeah, it's all in all, decent day. But yeah, like, big win for crypto. And as I say, you know, this is huge. Now, to me, I say this, and this is obvious, really. I think it doesn't matter that crypto assets are securities, because a security is technically a financial implement. It's an object, it's a stock, it's a share, whatever. It's just with the world of crypto, we don't want to be associated to that. So yeah, it's wishy-washy, but it's one of those things. It's annoying. So yeah. Hello. Altseason. If we whisper it loud enough, people might cotton on. It's not early to buy alts, man. Come on, give yourself a shake. I've been telling people to buy alts for the last freaking however long. And people are just watching them just go like this. Up, 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 up. So yeah. I started buying altcoins in October, November, December time pretty heavily. Like Patreon journal was pretty damn full with me absolutely spamming my buy orders. If you're wondering where I do my buy orders, if you go into my Patreon, it's all in there. It's accountability journal. It's something that works well for me to kind of see if I'm doing things right. So yeah, that was my heavy buy-in. My last purchase in terms of like not owning anything was Ethereum in January, and I recently sold my BitDAO for more Polkadot at the lows. I'm pretty happy where I am right now. So yeah, I've just been happily staking and just chilling. I'll be moving into my new house hopefully in the next 2 to 3 months, and then before that I should have more free money so I could put more money in the market if I need to. But yeah, I don't want people tripping over pennies. You might lose a couple of pounds here. So be exposed to the markets in the lows, because we are not buying, right? Let's just talk about this in obvious terms. The point of buying is always when dominance is high, and the point of buying is always when USD is far away from all-time high. It's kind of obvious when you look at it in that sense. You're never going to get premium value on stuff like Ethereum, apart from the fact that when it went down here for like literally a day. Same with Polkadot. It's consolidating nicely. It's buy zones, right? There's a lot of things that are happily just chilling and in really big consolidation levels, right? A lot of people don't like them. I understand why. Oh, it looks dead. It looks like shit. It's going to die. Get over it. This is why you invest, right? Most of my money was made by buying the lows. Both cycles. Literally. Lucky bugger, I know. But you got to ride your own luck, right? And when we're looking at like Solana, even though I'm not keen on the fact, let's remove that fib, of what could come out in the court case, this went down to like $7 in the crash. Now it's 27. Like, if you were keen to buy it, you know? So yeah, for me, it's fine to buy. Like, a lot of people are expecting the worst, but if the worst comes, there's a really simple thing that you do. You buy more lower. The thing that people forget, and I've often said this, is that you don't plan out your buys. You should plan your buys. If you are working a job, salary, whatever it may be, split up your money, split up your levels that you want to buy, and just plod them, plonk them on. Because if they hit, they hit, right? If they don't, cool, just use them in the uptrend. There's all kinds of ways around it, so don't worry. I was planning to buy, so me and one of the Twitter guys that I know, Cyborg, was like, yeah, let's buy Solana at $15. I bottled it because I thought, no, thank you. He carried on, and he was buying all the way down to $10 or something, and he's like quite happy today. But yeah, it looks mental. But I was a bit dubious about the court case. I don't want anything coming out of Sam Bankman-Fried's mouth that could jeopardize it. So I'm like, yeah, well, I'll leave that one alone. Planning on buying Nia on Monday. Oh yeah, Nia had a little bit of a pop to the upside, a small one. I say a small one, look at it, it's like, what's happening? Not a lot. EMA, still below it. Whole suite, just below it still. So yeah. But when you look closer down, lower down, that's where it looks like. So we've had a break of structure on Nia, for example, which looks relatively good, strong. Maybe a retest of this level, level 50, and then it may go up higher towards these levels, or maybe even towards this level, towards $2, potentially. So yeah, it'll be fine. But yeah, in all fairness, I've been pretty lazy because I can't move much money around due to anti-money laundering laws. Because I am moving house, I can't move big, bulky money because it will just raise questions. So I'm just going to sit on my hands for a bit. So annoyingly, I would have been buying a lot of Nia because my average order is about $2-ish around that point. So it's one of the ones that hasn't performed very well. But in this process of it just melting, I haven't been able to buy, which is like really frustrating. So yeah. I will have to just wait until I'm moved in and we'll see what the price action does. But it might be a blessing in disguise. Even though I'm saying to people to buy, it could be a prolonged buy. Doesn't mean that we're in a bull market yet, does it? Not yet. Origin token, is that track? I'm going to guess it is track. Or is it? Is it that one? If it is, I like it. Future Parachin. Oh yeah, someone's coin. Let's have a look at coin. Let's have a butcher's. Yeah, I bought this last week. So, if you're following my dividend journal or my dividend videos, I've done episode number 1. And I said in that I was going to buy 2 stocks. And one of them was this, and one of them was Riot Platforms. Riot Platforms is a mining company. This is Coinbase. So, annoyingly, I want to put 6 grand in. 3 grand in each in my ISA to start off some growth stocks, right? And the idea is to cash in on the value appreciation of how these work. Now, this is where I'm going to explain to you. Sounds daft, I know, but this was the market top of crypto, 10th of November, give or take around that point. This was obviously near the bottom area. It's very interesting to see how this follows a crypto market. Now, obviously not financial advice, but if you have an ISA, if you have stocks and shares and you like crypto and you understand cycles, lows and highs, might be a good idea to maybe have a couple of crypto related stocks in there just to kind of fluff out your ISA if you're in the UK, all kinds of stuff around that. So yeah, it's something for value appreciation. They are very cyclical, they are very volatile. So just be careful with your ISA allocations if you're in the UK and stuff like that. But for me, it's like a no-brainer just bunging some money in and just following the market and see where it goes. Even if it goes like $250 or something, that is nice value appreciation, but I don't have enough of it. I've only literally put like 300 quid in each of them. It was like balls. I was like waiting for my money to kind of rotate around a little bit. I'm like, oh, fuck. Never mind. Shit happens. But no, I'm pretty pleased with the fact that that is doing its thing. But yeah, the market's looking a bit stronger. A few people have come back, which is good to see. But yeah, feel free guys, if you haven't done so, like the video, let's get it shared. My XRP video went absolutely berserk yesterday. I think it's because people thought I was jumping on the bandwagon when actually I wasn't, unfortunately. Trading or investing? Mainly investing, usually. But then again, investing and trading are the same things. Let's just get this right, because a lot of people invest and you've got to take profit at some point. It just depends on the time frame. If you're trading on a more active kind of time frame, i.e. the daily or the 4 hour, yeah, you probably swing trading or positional holding. But for me, I like to invest, and I have no affiliation to anything really. I don't care. If my favorite coin, for example, Polkadot, if that goes to like $150, I'll be selling it. I don't care what's happening. Like, if I've been buying at $3, $4, $5 on average and been staking it for the last year and a half, and that goes to $150, there we go, I'll be selling it. Of course I will be. That's it. It's a successful trade. It's buy low, sell high. It's a very, very simple mentality, and it works. But yeah, I don't tend to trade much these days. Just like to ride and stake and watch my monies grow over time. It works much better for my lifestyle because my life is freaking chaotic. It's chaos, especially when you're doing other things. But no, same with BTC. Like, this is getting to the... I've already mentioned this before. This is a FOMO area. 48k? Normies come back? Maybe. But altcoins need to do something now. This is it. The test for altcoins is here. We need to see this drop a little bit more, maybe down to 48 or 46%. It would be quite nice if it falls back into this range and altcoins eventually catch up. But Bitcoin needs to stay still. If Bitcoin doesn't stay still, it's going to suck. Because if Bitcoin does, coins will drop a bit more. It's going to hurt. So yeah, some things look quite good on these dominance charts. Look at Solana, for example. ADA's finally pushed. Stable currency dominance is still in this downtrend that I've been talking about for a while. If this goes down, sweet. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Overall, this 8% level will be quite nice. That'll be a nice little alt season / little bullish upturn into the winter, into summer, or throughout summer, sorry, into potentially a winter. That could be hype for halving. That could be fun. 85 to 100, I'll still be chucking my bag out the window and we're going, I'll have that, thank you. Blueberries or cherries? Blueberries. My dog loves blueberries. Ridiculous. I can't have a blueberry in peace if I've got one. Funny enough. So what else should we look at? Other than the fact that some things are starting to show little signs of strength and a bit of an uptrend. This is a vital level, by the way, if you're a Polkadot holder. Need to get through that level. We need Bitcoin to continue going up. This closure is pretty important. It could be a new high closure. Ethereum's tickling the balls of the 2k level and it just won't quite break it yet, which is kind of irritating. Just make that a bit thinner so it's not as chaotic. But yeah, how thick do my lines need to be? Probably drew them on the weekly time frame, to be fair. But no, things are looking pretty positive at the minute, but it is a Friday. Friday can go a bit array, so just be careful. Total market cap again, we're above the fair value mark. This is a random mark, but it has no significance. It's just a box I like to put on it. Should probably put that lower actually. Around 1 trillion. There you go. That's your fair value. But it's very different for the total too. Because it don't look nowhere near. Oh, fuck me. Start that again. Let's have a little look. Aha. So yeah, you could probably argue that sort of level. Maybe fair value. That little range. And then below this is obviously sell the cat. Sort of lines. But yeah, that's a bit of a weird ass combination of like kind of ish consolidation. Total 3 looks even worse. It's like, yay. But it could just go boom right the way up there at some point in the future. There you go. Big levels. Rose. Shall we have a look at Rose? Look at that. Just screams buy, doesn't it? It's looking alright, to be fair. It just needs to get going. It's trying to create a little bit of an uptick there, but it needs to break above and go towards 5.5 cents, or at least a little bit. Well, obviously that, but see if it breaks above this sort of region here. Because if you put your cursor, oh dear, if you put your cursor around here, there's quite a lot of noise. It's like this area here is huge. My God, that's gone big. So yeah, needs to get above this region, and then things could get very interesting for Rose. It looks pretty much like a dog's dinner, but it's trying to get out. Trying is a key word here. But this is a thing, like, if people talk about liquidity, people talk about the gaps in the liquidity. People are scared to buy them, and then obviously when they start doing like a 10% or a 20% move in one day because there's a massive gap in the market, people just go, oh, I've missed it. But then they don't realize, actually, if you zoom out a little bit, we have not really moved much, and it could go much higher. So don't, as I say, don't trip over pennies. You'll miss out on a lot of things. But no, it's kind of that's quite a nice little buy range, even if it's at resistance. It's let's be fair here. If that goes back up to like 20-30 cents, you'll be kicking yourself if you're not buying it at these ranges. Yeah, it's good to keep stacking. I think that's what people forget. Like, we've got a contained, sustainable kind of consolidation that's been around since what? We're coming up to nearly a year in a lot of assets. Some assets are nearly a year at these levels, right? So even Rose here, right? This is this time last year, and look where we are, right? Yeah, we've had a few little spikes at the upside, a few little drops, a few little spikes back up. If you were buying low and then selling at the pumps, and then rebuying back low, and then selling at the pumps and rebuying back low and selling at the, you see how accumulation gets. Like, this is the sort of thing that I was doing a lot of the time at the start of the cycle, just little moves like that. And this is why I say to people, I like to be exposed for events like this, because let's just say, for example, Rose, I can easily sell that if that goes to like 15 cents, right? So I can sell most of it, I can sell part of it, 10% of it, 20%, whatever I feel like. And if it goes from 15 cents and it retraces back significantly back down to like these sort of levels again, back down to like 9-8 cents, you've got profit that you've already made that can go back in. No brainer. Because you want to have as much as you can by whatever means, whether that is buying it, whether that is staking it, whether that is accumulation. All kinds. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. It's quite nice to be in a point where you can just buy slowly, which is what I prefer. A lot of people want wealth now, but even looking at DOT, like how long has it been in this region? Just keep buying. If you're bullish, of course. You might not be, you might hate it. Like most of my subscribers, like, why are you talking about DOT all the time? Talk about something else like meme coin bird 3.0. I don't know. Random. Have a look at Tron. I've not looked at Tron for a while, to be honest with you. Still strong. Disgustingly strong, isn't it? Yeah, Tron's been Tron, to me, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it has held station very well in the grand scheme of things. Because when you look at so look at there, you can see it's very, very clear. Obviously, it went crazy in that cycle, by the way. But yeah, it's actually been holding up pretty well. Potential break of structure coming in, and we may go higher. That could be fun. Where's all the Justin Sun fans? The market's starting to turn up a little bit right now. Ethereum's over 2k. But yeah, this is quite nicely just respecting that EMA 21 on a 2-day time frame. 3-day time frame, quite nice. Weekly time frame, just slowly trickling up. It's doing all right. Yeah, 2023 and the end of 2022 has been for me I'm just buying with profit. Simple as that. Some things I won't buy. So if you were looking at this and you were thinking, I want to buy this low, like for me, this isn't low. Like some assets don't look great to buy because they haven't dumped enough or whatever. Even like the likes of Matic, for example, like it fell 50 cents at one point, but to me, you'd want it down here again. That's what I would have always wanted, but it hasn't quite achieved that. But it may create a new leg down and go lower. May do. Keyword is. But we'll see how things go. But it's all if, buts and maybes. No, I'm not taking profit at that level. No. No, I'd take profit below 38, me. This new cycle, we should see it go below here. If it doesn't go anywhere near as high as this, you're probably expecting it to go lower. The reason being, Ethereum's getting stronger. Other assets around Ethereum, and obviously how many new tokens are getting released now, is going to make this go lower. Depending on the asset that you bought, you may well make a lot of Bitcoin. May not. Depends on the assets that you've got. But to see Bitcoin over 40%, for example, in a new bull cycle could be crazy. But I think it will go lower than that. So hopefully the assets that you've got will do well in the BTC pair so you can take profit into BTC, or just if BTC is really high and your assets are looking really good, just sell into USD anywhere. So it's regardless. You've got two different ways, which isn't too bad. Where do you stake Nia? On the I do it on Ledger Live. You can do it on the Nia wallet online. There's other Nia wallets you can use as well. It's pretty easy to do actually. Oh, that's a good question. How long will XRP's market be higher than BNB? I think with the troubles of BNB, which is quite obvious, and XRP potentially getting more and more exposure now versus BNB, it could be interesting to see what shapes up here, because if BNB keeps getting their licenses revoked in countries, people might panic and sell. But again, same situation with XRP. If there's an appeal from the SEC and people get shat on again, yeah, interesting. But I would like to see XRP be above BNB for once. It's quite, well, I say for once, it was number 2 at one point back in the day. But we'll see how it goes. The one to Trump would be Tether. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But we'll see how that goes. That's another one that could raise some jeopardy. Funny enough. I don't know why you're asking me for price prediction on BTC. I could literally put my thumb up my ass and tell you, but there's nothing to... It could be anything. Bitcoin does its own thing. Oh, your power's out. Oh, mate. That's what happens when you live in the north. Like, are you still powered by coal? I am. I'm not really. Might as well be, though. It's been a while since I've had a power cut, actually. Mining Bitcoin, no. Bitcoin mining stopped in like 2015, man. People tried to mine it back in like when I first started in crypto in 2016 and like, oh look at this, I'm mining Bitcoin. No, you're not. You're literally doing nothing. Volume's still ridiculous on BNB. That is ridiculous volume, by the way. XRP volume has just gone absolute berserk. Like compared to my video yesterday, that is some change. I'm pretty sure yesterday it was like less than 1 billion. So I think it was like 700 million, which is quite a lot. Now it's 14 billion. Look at that. That's crazy. Absolute mental. Even Solana, 2.7 billion. Cardano, 1.5 billion. Stellar Lumen. I mean, that's just going to pump just off the XRP. It already has, I can see it. It's already pumped off the XRP news. Even Litecoin's got... So it feels like a lot of money has came back into the market, but it's kind of obvious, really. 73 billion, 150 million came back into the market. Is there a volume on this one? No, there isn't, unfortunately. But yeah, you can see at the top here. That is a lot of monies. But that's one of the things that, like, I would do analysis or I would talk about something and people are like, oh, there's no volume. Well, there will be one day. And here we go. Greed now 63. So yeah, always looking good for now. What goes up tends to come down though, remember. I mean, everything volume-wise is up quite a bit. Yeah, zero's alright, to be fair. I've got it. I've got it in my Patreon little portfolio, my earner portfolio. If you're interested, check out Patreon. You can join for free now, I think. You can become a community member for free. But you won't get any of the extras, unfortunately. May get a few little public posts here and there. But no, I don't know if it's going to go to 100 though. Because that'll be some sign. But I'm not sure if it'll be a $25 billion asset. It's decent though. My bins are getting emptied. Everyone's getting excited about XRP though. XRP has a lemon factor though. Lemons. But no, let's have a little look at Alpha. Or is it Alpha? Or whatever how it's said. $100. Oh god. Oh, go away. One. Okay, so you don't want to give me $100. There we go. So yeah, I doubt it. Quite a big jump, that, isn't it? Might be. I've been wrong before with stuff like this, so I wouldn't take my because this is the thing with crypto, and I think everyone forgets it. Like, we don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know where some of the hype's going to lead these assets to. I mean, look at Solana as a great example, right? Who would have thought in 2020 Solana would have been, what, hold on, what was the price back in these dinosaur days? What was the lows? It's like $1.33. If you said to someone, oh, Solana's going to be like nearly $300, you'd be like, get lost. No chance. But yeah, we'll see. I didn't call it lemon factor. I called it the lemon factor. Have you never played the games, the Lemons, where it's all about the community and they all follow each other? That's what it is. It's not an insult. It's just how the XRP community is. And anyways, I'm not a BTC or an Ethereum maxi. I'm a Polkadot maxi. Get it right. Do you think A-Star compete with Moonbeam? Yes, I think A-Star's probably better than Moonbeam at the moment because it's got better partnerships. Got Sony on board. It's higher market capitalization. It's got decent volume, to be fair, considering. But still building a very, very nice project here. What's Glimmer? Yeah. So A-Star's doing well, but they are very different projects in the way that they work. So there's room for both of them. I quite like them. Oh, hello. Well, they're all shit coins, aren't they? Alleged securities. Oh, wow. I mean, some of them are pretty cack, to be fair. Sorry, I'm just looking at all these new flashy objects on CoinMarketCap. Ooh, Bifrost. Hello. It's absolutely mental. DeFi. Remember DeFi? Good times. But no, market's looking alright. I'm pretty happy anyways. Oh, hello. We've already got some of the articles. So here we go. This is a good question for all you lot. What price do you reckon XRP would go to in the new cycle? I know I've already done my prediction on my YouTube video, but there's a lot of people that are really, really bullish on XRP. There's a lot of people that think it's going to go to crazy numbers. I think there's a lot of misleading chatter. See it like that, 589. Like that's mental when you think about it. I don't think it's gonna happen. But when you look at XRP, go to the weekly. Hello. Actually, hold on. XRP USD bitch stamps. So that's my sort of situation. I think here for 470 is where I think. But people are always like, oh, but doesn't matter. Market cap doesn't matter. It does matter because you need liquidity to kind of sell. Like if this goes to $10, you're going to struggle to find people buying it for $10 if you've got a big bag. That's the point of it. But yeah, when we look at this, you're thinking, well, this is obviously the massive level. Break that. Phew, God knows where it's going to go. But a lot of people are like, it's going to go to like $15. I'm like, really? Find it unlikely. Because what would that make it? $788 billion. I still think that's unlikely. I think we'll struggle to get the liquidity for that. If you think about how many people will be looking to offload that, how much liquidity will the altcoin market have to kind of do it? Probably unlikely. Or if it does hit it, you're probably going to be trapped for a little bit. And you may not be able to sell and profit. So a price prediction is great. It's only good if you can turn it into realized profit though, which is obviously a huge thing. But yeah, $4 to $5 would be pretty nice, I think, for XRP holders. Sorry, I'm not selling the dream to all you people thinking $500 is going to happen. Would you buy if it came to like, oh yeah, I would. In all fairness, I have probably said this, if it went back down to like 20 cents to 15 cents, I would have bought it. Like, but we never got any, well, we got towards 28 cents, but we never got close enough. Even before, like start of this week, I was contemplating doing an inverse pair on Bybit. So Bybit has an inverse pair. You put XRP in, you can put small leverage on and hold the position, and you create XRP when it goes long. Or if you're going short, you get XRP in return. So it's different to using USD. But yeah, I was like, oh, XRP could be quite a really good inverse pair, but it's kind of blown up already. If it goes back down to like, say, 40 cents, I'll probably go for it again, but we'll see. But this is the only problem with it. Like, the biggest doubt that I have with this pump is obviously its sustainability. We need to see what's going to happen. There'll be a lot of bag holders that will be looking at this thinking, wow, I can get out. You know, some people genuinely will be like, I want to get out. This is an exit pump. I can get out here. Some people will be like looking to buy it more because of confidence. And then you've got people that are willing to stay forever. So yeah, it's very, very interesting to see what could happen here. I would love it to just keep going up and just create an alt season and bit, as I say before. the volume in this market now is massively jumped up a lot. There's a lot of interest here, which is good. But we'll see how things go. Yeah, you're right with it won't top BTC, but it has held up against Ethereum. I remember when it was quite nicely number 2 for a while, top 2. It was BTC, XRP, Ethereum, and I can't remember what was 4th. It's something daft. No, probably Bitcoin Cash actually, or Litecoin. What is my prediction for Moonbeam? I don't have one. Sorry to disappoint you. Anything above $2 would be nice. I'm not really a big fan. The only reason why I do predictions on some of these bigger assets is because they often work, whereas newer coins that I've never seen a bull market don't really work. You need to have like some proof in, like some sort of data, and like going from the previous high to the low is usually a good way to start. But new assets could do anything. Like I bought into a couple of assets in the previous cycle and they went way beyond I ever thought. I was like, oh god. If anything, I took profit far too early. You just don't know where the newer ones are going to go, so it's best not predicting those ones. Because you may have false expectations, and it may go much higher than you think, or may go nowhere near where. Because with a crowd loan as well, they came out really high in price. Kind of already stuffed the data anyways, essentially. But no, it's all good though. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. I'm waiting for Dogecoin to do something now. I think we're due a Dogecoin pump. Get the retail in. What do I think of Cardano? It's good. I've held it twice. I've made a lot of money on Cardano in the past, actually. Just not bought it this cycle. I had it for a bit, and then I decided to change my portfolio profile a little bit and have a bit more risk. So I sold my Cardano and bought something else because it made more sense. But I won't reveal what I bought. Mwahaha. Near $40. Oh yeah, I'd take that. I'd take that in a heartbeat. Double its all-time high. Oh yeah. I think it's gonna be tough though. I'd take a 37 billion near 24x from here. I would happily do that. The staking rewards are pretty good on it as well. I quite like Near. A lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions about that recently. But yeah, come on, Mr. Musk, do something with Doge. That's what we need next. We need XRP to go first, get Dogecoin going, then get Shiba going, then Pepe or something, and get all the normies in. And then we can have a bit of fun. Yeah, some assets just don't do very well. One chain was doomed from the start, though. The thing is, those are Superman coins, so Superman, or whatever you want to call him, he was shilling both of those to a lot of his plebs. And if you wreck enough people, they sometimes don't want to do anything else with it. And then if they don't get the eyeballs again, then they're never going to run, which is kind of the important factor. You need to have people on board. But yeah, we'll see how things go. If you've not yet done so, can you like the video? It'll help. I've only got 34. Come on. Please. It helps. I'm looking to have my best week on YouTube in over a year, which is quite mental, because I've not really been doing many YouTube videos, realistically. I've only been doing like one a week for the last month and a bit. And now I've done 4 videos in a week. This is the 5th. Crazy. Veracity. Not a lot's happening here, is it? Yeah. Hold on. Wrong fib. Come on, Ash. key level it needs to get to, but the problem is it hasn't really done much compared to other market participants right now. So it's kind of slowly lagging, but we'll see where it goes. This has got a long way to go, by the way. Fuck me, look at that. Would I buy Zill again? If it goes to one cent, I will, yeah. Just for the giggles. They need to unblock me on social media first, though, because they've blocked me on Twitter. I know. Crazy. How high can DOT go? Don't know. If it goes anywhere near $55, I'll be happy. If it goes beyond that, it's a bonus. If it goes anywhere near $80 to $120, I will probably be very, very tempted to just probably sell all of it and happily just chill out, because that will be quite a nice monies. I don't quite understand why Matic's rebranding, or Polygon, or whatever you want to call it. It has rebranded a little bit, but I don't know. I've not really looked into it. What happened with Zilliqa? They keep changing their team. They keep changing their direction. So it's kind of hard to keep up, really. I've never known a coin change things so many times. It has changed. Like when I first bought Zilliqa back in 2020, I knew about it from 2018. It was always on my list. I was like, I want to buy this. It's cool. Because it was the first sharding protocol out ever. Like, the first one to shard was amazing. I just didn't really back that, and then it started doing NFTs, it started doing metaverse stuff, and it started doing other random stuff. I was like, what? Yeah. So yeah, it just went a little bit outside of the fence a little bit in terms of where it should be, but I think it kind of showing why. What the biggest problem with it was the fact that the team left so quickly. Like literally, they built a really good team, then they just all got put in the bin. I was like, what? So weird. So yeah, it kind of scared me a little bit, that. What's the lowest cap coin you own? People might be able to reply to you on that one. I don't like revealing my bags, though, because people come after me going, oh, you're shilling your bags. Don't mind promoting something like Polkadot because it's got billions of market cap, but when I start talking about low cap coins, they tend to react. So I'm not going to say it. Because last time I talked about this asset, it went up quite significantly by accident. Yeah, Zilliqa probably is looking for the narrative that sticks, but the narrative that stuck was their original one, being the first to shard. Well, like most things shard now, but they were first movers to that, completely first. The problem with it was a hard code base to implement. If they used the Ethereum code base, they probably would have been really high up technically, but they've got their own code base which was hard to implement, and it didn't really take off, unfortunately. They've finally got Ethereum virtual machine now, but they plan to have that in 2020. It came out in 2023. I like that pun. I rate that one. That's a good one. See, told you people would answer. I just don't have to say anything, because I accidentally pump things. Look at XRP. I pumped that, didn't I? I'm joking. But no. There's a lot of growth in this space, I think, for a lot of things. Good technology. I think the problem was a couple of months back, people got very much blinded by the meme coin season. Everyone was like, oh, I want a meme coin. You don't often win on those, but some of the best picks are probably right in front of you. Like, talk about traditional markets, talk about index funds, and we talk about crypto. What are you going to make more money in? A good solid crypto versus an index fund crypto somewhere eventually. Just takes time. But so, like VeChain, for example, always does well. Don't know why. Just gets a lot of interest, doesn't it? It's a good asset there. Yippee. Next holiday. August. I'm buggering off for literally a week and a half. I'll be deleting everything off my phone. What percentage of... Oh, good question. Allocation of low caps. I say 5% in total, really, because you shouldn't have too many of them, but also they could absolutely destroy you. Like, literally. But that's the thing, like, between 5 and 10%, I would say. But it depends on how low you're going. So, I personally put 2% in my lowest cap asset. 2% is, yeah, cool. But people do it the other way around. They go, right, I want to have a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of Ethereum because I'm not going to make that much. But I'll put, like, say, 50% of my whole net worth into a low cap coin, and then it rugs. And it hurts. Really hurts. It's like, oh, dear. So you got to be so careful. So when we're looking at lower cap coins, so hold on a minute, let's go where we're going. Page 6, random number. Where are we at market cap wise? I think I'm in volume here, bear with me. So random stuff here. So let's just talk about something totally random. Whatever this is, Bobber Network. I don't know what it is. Like 24 million, not too bad. Could do well. But people go down to like the 500,000, the 1 million, the 2 million. It's like, whoa, okay. And they literally do that. Like, I've seen people's portfolios and like, oh, I've put like 12 to 15% in just this one asset. It's like, Like, yeah, obviously if it goes well and it does well, you'll make a lot of money, but the chances are so slim. It's got to be, even 2% of your net worth of what's in crypto in a good asset that does like a 50x will probably be massive. It will change a lot of things in your portfolio. So you got to be super careful. That's decent. I've just not bought it or anything. I am looking at a few Polkadot projects or applications within the Polkadot ecosystem. That not even parachains, to be fair. But no, be careful with low cap. So because as much as they're great, there's a lot of like fishy business that goes on. Obviously, it's great to look in hindsight when you think, well, a lot of these were like low tiny cap coins, but yeah, they were. But also, some of them are massively funded by VCs. That's why they get to where they are. So yeah, you've just got to be somewhat careful. But for me, there's a lot of good things in the top 100. And even if they do like a 5 or a 10x, winner chicken dinner, really. I mean, Sue, or whatever you want to call it, brand new asset, $7.1 billion, full dilution. Interesting. Thoughts on tap? I'm not really a fan on tap, to be fair. Actually, I've not looked at tap for a good few months. Can I have a laugh at it? Let's have a butcher's. Oh, I thought this has totally died on it. So this was all the way back in 2020, and it had like a random pump from a certain influencer, and it's now here. Yeah, not looking good, is it? Ethereum is a good thing to own, personally. Coming from the person who never owned it in the last cycle, but you can stake Ethereum now. Gives it a nice little utility. 10x is a ridiculous return, you're right. Like, I remember putting the amount of money that I put in Silicon, I thought, right, that's a cool amount, that'll do. And then when it went up to like 45x or whatever ridiculous number it was, like, oh, okay, that's a lot of money. And you don't realize until you actually see it. And then like all the other stuff was like, VeChain I made a lot of money. Utrust was another one I made a lot of money on randomly. Voyager, when it really popped. Because they were that low, it's like when you start putting little bits and pieces in, it's like, okay, but when they start doing 10x's, if you're putting like a couple of grand in, it's like 10x, like, oh wow, that's added up quite nicely. Scary. Why don't I like Superman? Who even likes him? Let's be fair, right? He promotes scam coins. He created a course to shill a bag. It's like he had his YouTube channel deleted for a reason, and then he comes back and he starts promoting stuff again. You don't need people like that in space. I mean, the amount of this is the thing, right? I'm on the same kind of element of, influencer, but I get the same emails as everyone. I've seen who gets put in these emails. I see very quickly, people on my Patreon will know this as well. When I post in, like, I've not done it for a while, to be fair. I usually screenshot an email of what I get from like from a team. And they often put, like, we've previously worked with this person, this person, this person. Superman is always on the list. Like him, BitBoy's another one who's often on the list. It's like, wow. So yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth getting caught up in the emotions of people being paid to promote something. It's like, well, I know altcoins have to get in front of eyeballs, but the product should speak itself. So this is why I tend to avoid it. And this is why I like to go for assets that don't get, shilled by the same old people. It's hard to get, obviously, escaping the limelight a little bit. If something's getting promoted, not so much through paid shilling, but because of the trend. People do trend jump, right? And the fundamentals of that is basically, if a coin's doing well, they're getting a lot of views, they will do a video on it to kind of get those views. But when you see of an asset that no one has heard of, but all the same people are all of a sudden promoting it all at the same day with the same sort of title and the same sort of narrative, it's like, well, that's obvious. So yeah, you've got to be so careful with people like that, because it's a very easy way to make money in the market. Like, easy. Like, my channel would clean up. Scary, really, when you think about it. But no, this doesn't really interest me. I'm building the community that I want to have for life. I don't want to just promote something that's just a turd. So it's pointless. So yeah, I don't like many influencers these days. Falling out with most of them. But hey. What else have we got to look at before we go? I don't think anything's going to happen today. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have a follow-up. Follow-up pump doesn't look likely. I don't even look at YouTube anymore. I don't. I watch YouTube for F1 content and bit of Football Manager content for a bit of banter and random stuff. But for crypto, I don't look at it at all. Like, I don't watch cryptocurrency YouTubers at all. I just don't. It brings me down. Just see how bad the content's got. But no, it's just dealing with people's money here. But that being said, my opinion's like just my opinion, really. Holds no weight. But yeah, I want to build something. I don't want to just be a flash in the pan. I've already been here since 2018, so I'm probably one of the most long-standing YouTubers in crypto anyways, when you think about it, which is quite scary. And yeah, all the newbies kind of came up and went way beyond me because of the type of content that they did, just to get views. I'm not interested in that. Not anymore anyways. But no, I do appreciate the kind comments every now and again that I do get. I do get a lot of haters though, to be fair. Even still get haters, which is quite funny. Oh my god, you're telling me not to buy when it's dying? Why? What's wrong with you, you clown? And then when you start buying, it's like, you're a clown, it's going lower. Yeah, you just can't win. It's funny. Doesn't affect me nowadays though. Anyways, I'm going to shoot, because I've been here for about an hour. And I'm going to chill out for a bit, because it's Friday. I'm going to look at some markets. See if my other stuff has done well. And yeah, have a good weekend, everyone. I'll be back on Monday. I'll do a live stream on Monday. See if I've had a follow-through on Monday. Not a follow-through from a fart, but a follow-through as in, is XRP going to do something more over the weekend? Is this volume going to sustain? And all that good stuff. But yeah, if you're new, it'd be nice if you subscribe so you can stay around for the live streams and stuff. More content coming. So yeah, exciting times really.